The Gatorade Cup Series is north of the border today as we head to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park up here in Canada for the running of the Tim Hortons 300. On the pole for today's race is Roman Fenway in the 13, who's outside in second is Joe Jefferson in the 31. There are a pair of teammates on row 2, Jake Galloway and Danny Lloyd, and running out the top 5 is Cole Luigi in the 42. Who's outside in 6 is Alex Fletcher. 7th place we have Adam McDowell, who's yet to score top 10 this season. Is today the day where he does it. Who's outside in 8th is Al Agassi. 9th place we have TJ Hanley, and in the top 10, Stephen Taylor in the 33. Rest of the field, Alexander Roach, who's outside Mitchell Collins. Then behind them, Matt Godden and Jay Jefferson, along with Trey Rainey and Tyler Fink. And we have Colton Yo and Jonathan Buford. Behind them, Jeff Wright and Max Anderson. And there's Carter Friesen and Jonathan Rains, along with Nathan Ormond and Griffin Lynn. Then we have Mathis Wells and Luke Rainey, along with Derek Hamill and Levi Shones. Then there's Riley Sampson and Trey Wright. Behind them, William Bullen and Marshall Burrow. Then there's Derek Bouchard and Wyatt Walker, along with Eli Bright and Carter Joey. Then Anthony Charles second in points to Matt Oskin. Then just behind him is points leader Anthony Hernandez. So the top 2 points turn towards the back of the field here today in Mosport outside Albert Galloway. And in the final row, 41st is Sebastian Kukulon. 42nd is the 95 of Vince Vinta. So there's our 42 car field for the Tim Hortons 300 here in Canada. Let's go on track side and fire these engines up.
Drivers, start your engine!
And the command has been given to fire our 42 Gatorade Cup Series engines up. And the field rolls off the starting grid led by Roman Fenway and Joe Jefferson, a pair of Chevrolets to start the Tim Hortons 300. And just behind them, a pair of Toyotas with Jake Galloway and Danny Lloyd, the 2 teammates. We saw in the Pennzoil Truck Series race yesterday, Marcus Sachi started on the pole, dominating, led all 13 laps en route to a victory. Will today be the same for Roman Fenway? Starting on the pole, can he lead all 19 laps to victory? Will someone be able to pass him? Will we see cautions? Will it go green all the way through? 19 laps in Canada. Fenway, Jefferson, Galloway, Lloyd, Luigi, the top 5 starters for the Tim Hortons 300 off the final quarter. Restart zone for Fenway and Joe Jefferson. We're green in Canada. Fenway not letting Joe Jefferson get out in front of him. The 13 shuts the door, keeps the 31 behind him. Side by side for third, Jake Galloway, Danny Lloyd, the 2 teammates battling as they enter. This is one of the most important turns on the track. If you don't get through here well, you're not going to have a good lap. It leads to a long straightaway. Can Joe Jefferson and Roman Fenway get through it? Fenway does, Jefferson doesn't. Swings out wide for the 31, Lloyd to the inside of the 19. Luigi the 42, Jake Galloway the 11. Here comes Lloyd, but the 31 gets a run off the top side. Stays clear for now for second. Fenway, though, pulls away to the lead. That is an important corner because look at this long straightaway. It's the longest straightaway on the course. If you don't get off that corner well, you're not going to have a good straightaway. You're not going to have good speed down this long back stretch. Now to the final few corners for Roman Fenway, Joe Jefferson, Danny Lloyd. 31 holding tough in front of the 19. Lloyd trying to get to his bumper, trying to get him out of the way. But off the final corner, lap 1, Roman Fenway dominates. He'll lead the first lap by a country mile over Joe Jefferson, the others behind. 31's going to be second, 19 third, 11 fourth, 42 is fifth, with 6th and 7th, and here comes the battle for 8th. Hanley, 23, 38, Al Agassi. Hanley grabs the spot. TJ, a past winner at Mosport in the Gatorade Cup Series back in season number 7. Season he won the championship. For Adam McDowell, he really wants to just stay up here. There's 22 cars. You have to score top 10 this season. Currently right now in the 7th position, just a few spots outside the top 5. Right now in a good position, trying to get that first top 10 of the season here in Canada. Up at the front, Joe Jefferson holding Danny Lloyd off for now. Roman Fenway the 13 holding a nice gap. Front 3 really kind of pull away. Then Jake Galloway in 4th and Atlanta's zone. Cole Luigi now in 5th is trying to hold off Alex Fletcher, the 72. Here we go. Joe Jefferson this time gets through the corner while Danny Lloyd does not in the 19. Yellow is out. Caution is in the air. And it's for Vince Vinta and All-Star winner Wyatt Walker. And Anthony Hernandez, the 48, is off pace. Points leader coming into the race is off the pace. Fletcher has gotten to 5th around Cole Luigi, the 72 car. He's also looking on Jake Galloway for 4th down to these final few corners. So coming back around, caution is out for the first time this afternoon here in Canada. This is the battle for 4th. It's Jake Galloway and Alex Fletcher. Galloway's going to keep it. Fletcher in 5th. Back in front, it's Roman Fenway over Joe Jefferson and Danny Lloyd. Caution number 1 out on lap 3. And involved is definitely Vince Vinta, along with a few others, and possibly Anthony Nez, our point leader, coming into the race. Caution is out for the first time. Let's see the reason for it. Well, this took a while to unfold here. Wyatt Walker off of turn number 1 is on the outside lane. It's Matt Oskin second in points on the inside. And right here, the 47 kind of washes up, gets into the side of the 10, just kind of wipes it out. I don't know if that was a misjudgment or what. Puts Wyatt Walker hard to the wall. He comes back across the track, impacts this wall, so both sides of this straightaway here, and then comes back up, and as he gets hit right there, Anthony Nez, Vince Vinta, and the 10 and the 95 take hard hits. Vinta hard into the wall with the roof, the 10 as well, and Anthony Nez, our points are coming into the race. Nowhere to go in that 48 car, heavy front end damage. Might he lose the points or some points to Matt Oskin, although the 47 is still back here with him as well, so it's not like really Oskin is gaining many points at the moment. We know the 10 and the 95 definitely going to be out of this race, and 48 might be out. He'll finish 40th if he is out, because the 10 and the 95 definitely will finish behind him. Another look at this, as Wyatt Walker impacts both walls on either side of the straightaway. And that was just a huge misjudgment by Matt Oskin. I don't know what happened there, but definitely a mistake for sure. And that hard hit, Wyatt Walker, Hernandez. Another look at it. Right here you'll see the hits that everyone takes, including Vince Vinta's right there. Wyatt Walker off the ground as well. Let's go on board. Anthony Nez, our points leader, coming into the race. Will he leave like it is the question involved in caution number 1 here in Motorsport. That was a hard hit for the 48 car and Anthony Nez. And one more on board. Second in points to Matt Oskin. Starts the crash, gets away. Remember, Wyatt Walker came in all-star winner. He's in the chase no matter what. However, he's in a position to control other people's destinies. He's right now having a bad stretch of races. If he falls below the top 10 points, he takes up wild card spot, and then someone wins will not be able to get the wild card. So Roman Fenway, the 13th with the race lead. Joe Jefferson second. They'll lead us back to the green flag here in the Tim Hortons 300. Coming back green right here in Canada on lap number 5. Roman Fenway leads the race. He's led so far from the pole every lap. Vince Vinta, Wyatt Walker out the top break for the 10 car. Trying to stay top 10 points with that all-star victory, so he doesn't have to use a wild card spot. Right now the 10 might fall below the 41st place finish. Does that open the door for someone to get inside the top 10? Will it also close the door for someone to try and get a wild card spot that they won't be able to get now? Hernandez, our points there right now. 40th still out on the racetrack. 40 cars on the lead lap. Roman Fenway leads in the 13. Behind in second is Joe Jefferson, Danny Lloyd, Jake Galloway, and Alex Fletcher the top 5. 3 Chevys, 2 Toyotas inside the front 5. Back racing, green flag back in the air in Motorsport. Yeah, McDowell there spun the tires a little hand. He's right in the bumper of the 23 car. Trying to get away. Look at Al Laxey under attack there from the SHR teammates. Mitchell Collins and Matt Gunn both jump to the inside. The front of the field though, Roman Fenway under pressure from Joe Jefferson, Danny Lloyd, the front 3 pull away. 4th place, Jake Galloway a little bit further back. 5th place, Alex Fletcher behind him with Cole Luigi on the bumper of him. Joe Jefferson pressuring. Fenway, cool under the pressure, stays out in front for now. Remember, this is the corner right here. This is the big corner where one small mistake can either lose you a ton of time or gain you a lot of time if you don't make the mistake. This time, the 13 threw it well. Lloyd up the racetrack. Jake Galloway, the 11, a good corner. He'll get off the corner. Side by side with the 19 teammates battle down the backstretch for the 3rd position. Alex Fletcher there in 5th, wondering where to go with this run that he has. Danny Lloyd clears Jake Galloway, so the 19 with the draft from the 31. Back by Jake Galloway keeps 3rd. Fletcher on the bumper, Jake Galloway for 4th. Luigi under pressure, as they're right now 6th and 7th. It's Luigi and McDowell. For Alex Fletcher, he's right behind Jake Galloway into the final corner. 11 swung a little wide there. Fletcher inside the 72, side by side for 4th at the start-finish line. Fletcher to the inside, turn 1, he has the position on Jake Galloway, and the yellow is back out for the 2nd time, and it's for a wreck on the front stretch, including Matt Godden. Was Colton Yo also involved? How about Tyler Fink? Matt Godden, though, the one with the most damage, he'll be done for the night. But coming back around, Fletcher clears for 4th on Jake Galloway, the 11 slides up, trying to keep 5th from now Cole Luigi, who's going to pressure him. At the front, though, it's still Roman Fenway, just dominating. 13 swing out through this corner. Nicely down to the inside as well. Danny Lloyd, he wants to be second on this restart. He wants some positions back there. There's going to be a position change. The 22 of Adam McDowell side by side with the 42 of Cole Luigi. That is for the 6th position on the racetrack. Alexi behind them as well. And the 42 will get the draft off the 11 to keep it in front of that 22. It'll be interesting to see who gets the run down the straightaway. Dead even so far. The 42, the 22. No one able to gain the advantage. McDowell though has the inside for this corner. Luigi the outside. And McDowell gonna take 6th from the 42. Contact with Alexi. Luigi going around under yellow into the tire barriers with the 38 car. Both from the top 10. They're both involved. They're both gonna be out. Roman Fenway back in front. Second place was Joe Jefferson. And the yellow flag is out for a crash involving Matt Godden. And then 2 of our top 10 contenders crash racing back around. Matt Godden, the 41, will be done here in Mosport. Caution number 2 out here in the Tim Hortons 300. Racing just inside the top 10, just outside the top 10. Mitchell Collins, the 14th teammate. Matt Godden right behind him. They're bound TJ Hanley. Right here off in the final corner. Collins maybe swings a little wide. Puts the 41 up the racetrack. Matt Godden out into the grass. Then has lost control of his car at that moment. He's going to impact the tire barriers hard. And then right there, he's kind of stopped. Then Colton Yo takes a spin. The 99 gets corrected, then spins back around. Yellow flag comes out. Yo does cross the start finish line. Tyler Fink, the 21, hits the 99 right there just a little bit. Here comes Levi Schoen as the 41's off the track. Schoen kind of gets a little wide and almost gets into the 41. Luckily for him, he does not do that. Gets to the start finish line. But Matt Godden will be done. Colton Yo takes a spin. He's all right though, and Tyler Fink does have some front damage. He should be fine though, as we're not going too fast here in Mosport. That's just a tough break for Matt Godden. His teammate kind of ran him out of room there. I think Colton Yo's reaction to that maybe spun off the rumble strips. That's taking the 41 out, and then we have 2 more retirees. Luigi and Alexi running inside the top 10. Luigi was going to be 7th, Alexi was going to be 8th when trouble struck in the final few corners. As right here, they come up this long straightaway. We saw this many times in the Pennzoil Truck Series race yesterday. Drivers get, especially if it's someone side by side, then another car behind gets side by side. That's really where it starts to go wrong. Al Lagasse washes up into the side of the 42, gets into him, spins Luigi into the tires right here. Al Lagasse as well takes it to the tire barriers, and that's 2 of our top 10 collected here as they were coming back around to get to the yellow flag. That's a tough break for Luigi. Really nothing you can do there. It was really Al Lagasse's fault. Luigi just an innocent bystander. It's been a tough season for both those drivers, including Luigi, who finished runner-up in the championship last season. Now he's out here, and his chase chances were already bad enough, and now it's definitely probably a lost cause for the 42. For Roman Fenway, though, he's racking up the laps led. He's led every lap so far from the pole. It leads back to the green flag under a second. Caution of the race here in Mosport. Here comes the field to take the green flag on lap number 9. It'll be 11 laps of racing to go in Mosport. Roman Fenway leads the race and from a top 10 spot. That's TJ Hanley, Daytona 500 champion. He was set to restart 7th, blowing up into the grass. He goes, and the 23 car will be out of this thing. So another top 10 runner with issues here today in Mosport. I'm going to say out from that crash, Matt Godden, Luigi, Al Lagasse, 37 cars on the lead lap. Going to make it 36 as Hanley's out. Fenway, Jefferson, Lloyd, Fletcher, Galloway, the front 5 with McDowell, Rainey, Collins, Taylor, and Rowe, the top 10. We're back racing, looking for second. Lloyd wants it from Joe Jefferson. Got a good run, but can the 31 get back clear right here? He has the inside preferred lane, can't get clear. Lloyd now has to fend off Fletcher for 3rd. He's gonna, though. He has the preferred lane right here into this corner. Joe Jefferson pressuring Roman Fenway now for the lead. The 31 right on the back of the 13. Can't quite get there quite yet. Maybe right in the back of that 13, Roman Fenway. Still side by side for 3rd while Lloyd has the inside to this corner. Joe Jefferson following in Roman Fenway's tire tracks for now. The 31, the 13. They both get through the corner well. Fletcher a little loose right there with the wheel spin. He'll drop to 4th behind Danny Lloyd. Jake Gowen Alex for 4th on Alex Fletcher. The 17 gets back off the corner well and clears the 11. And Joe Jefferson's doing a great job not letting that 13 get away quite yet. And he's in the draft down this long straightaway. Can he make something work with it? To the final 2 corners right here. Coming to 10 to go. Roman Fenway's led every lap. He's going to make it 9 of 9 laps led right now at the start-finish line. Joe Jefferson's been second all race long. Can he find a way around Roman Fenway to get by him? 10 to go in Mosport. For Roman Fenway, Joe Jefferson and the field behind. Oh, look at the 13. Got a little wide right there. 31 to the inside. Can he make it work? Joe Jefferson, Roman Fenway battling, the 13 back by. The 31 trying on the top side to get a good run. He's trying to get beside him. Can he make it work? He's back in line for now. Roman Fenway keeps the lead. Danny Lloyd with all that battling is closed in from the third position back to the back bumper of the 31 and the 13 with Fletcher fourth. Galloway's fifth. How about Adam McDowell? We talked about he has not scored top 10 so far this season. He is one spot away from scoring his first top 5 of the season as well. Joe Jefferson wide through the corner. Off the track he goes. Lloyd will definitely take second right here. Great run for the 19 off that corner. Danny Lloyd easily through to second, the 19. Now the first driver other than Joe Jefferson to occupy second today. Can he do something with it to run Roman Fenway down? And back here, McDowell's looking on Jake Galloway for fifth. Trey Rainey faltered back in seventh, back to the front bumper. Mitchell Collins in the 14. Taylor in ninth. Alexander also the final spot inside the top 10 with Jay Jefferson in 11th just back here. At the front of the field, Roman Fenway has pulled a nice gap, but now he has a new second place man, Daniel Lloyd, to try and run him down. 9 laps of racing to go this time behind the Tim Hortons 300. Fenway leads again. He's led the most laps in this race, 10 of 19. No one can lead more than him now. Look at this battle for fifth. McDowell wants this badly. To the inside he'll go. Tried. The 11 got back by on the top side though. 22 didn't have the run to make it work. McDowell wants this so badly. He's had such a miserable season. 2-time Target Series champion. Wants a Gatorade Cup Series top 5 this season. Trying to get to the back of the 11 to rustle him up. The front of the field, though, it is just a Roman Fenway show out in front. No one close to him. No competition whatsoever right now for the 13. He does go a little wide. Oh, he's sideways. Around goes the 13 from the lead. Fenway spins it from the lead. No yellow. He's back going. But from the lead, the 13 is around. Lloyd is by to the lead. Fenway falls back outside the top 5. Now battling with Mitchell Collins, the 14 for 7th. Stephen Taylor here, Alexander Rowe here at the front of the field though. Danny Lloyd now leads in the 19. Joe Jefferson, Alex Fletcher, and Jake Galloway the front 4. McDowell the 5th, and back here, 4 Cousin Blanket, Fenway falling back through the field. Stephen Taylor and Mitchell Collins both around the 13. Now 4 cars bound for the win. 8 to go for Danny Lloyd in the 19. Fenway back outside the top 5, back to 9th for the 13, and our third yellow is out. It's Eli Bright Car Joey that wrecked in the same spot as the 42 and the 38. We're coming back around, the leaders racing back. Lloyd now with the lead after drama for Roman Fenway spinning it. I think the pressure got to him, and he just spun it around, wheel hop. Now these drivers have to make sure they don't do anything like that. Lloyd, the 19, has a nice gap, but this is basically the same exact gap that Fenway had when he wheel hopped it. Right in this corner. Lloyd does a great job, though, getting down to the bottom. Joe Jefferson a little loose. Jake Galloway attacking Fletcher for 3rd. He knows now he's in a good position. Can he get by the 72 right here down this long straightaway? Fletcher with the draft from Joe Jefferson keeps it clear for now of that 11 car. McDowell 5th. Trey Rainey up to 6th. Mitchell Collins 7th. And then here's Roman Fenway. I think he's battling for 8th with the 33, Stephen Taylor. He has had the fastest car today, so he can still make spots up. And now this restart has actually kind of saved him because he can now gain positions back. But at the caution flag, it's all Danny Lloyd. So lead with 7 to go. As it's Eli Bright and Car Joey that wreck the same corner that got Cole Luigi and Alex. Caution number 3 out. Let's see what happened. Same exact thing that we saw with the 42 and the 38. As Marshall Barone moves around the 88 who's on the top side, Carter Joey kind of drifts up, and once again, nothing Eli did wrong there. It's just innocent bystander of what just happened there. Spins him into the tiebreakers right there. 17 follows him into it. Hard hits for those two, and they're both definitely done for the day, as that's such a tough break. They weren't having great runs anyway, but still, once again, I really think that was unnecessary, and it just seemed like that just keeps happening. Drivers keep thinking they're going to be clear off that corner. They're not anywhere remotely near clear. It ends up causing the crash and taking cars out. We're getting yellow flags and less green flag laps because of it. And with the drama that happened, Danny Lloyd now in the 19 with the race lead, leads them back to the caution flag. These are the first laps. Someone other than Roman Fenway has led. Can the 13 try and battle back to get a top 5? And who's going to win here in Mosport? It will be a 5-lap to go restart. So we have a few laps before we get to the point of no return. Danny Lloyd now leads here in the Tim Hortons 300. TJ Hanley was ahead of ratio for the 23. Carter Joe and Eli Bright both out. 34 cars on the lead lap. Anthony Hernandez, the last of them. He came in the race as our points leader. So Matt Oskin came in the race second in points, currently 30th on the racetrack. It's Danny Lloyd leading in the 19. Behind him in second now, Joe Jefferson, so he's back in second once again. Alex Fletcher third, Jake Galloway fourth, and McDowell fifth. The dominant car, Roman Fenway kicked back to eighth. Can he make up some ground on this restart? Green flag back in the air. Danny Lloyd leads in the 19. Jefferson did a pretty good job staying with. Look at Fletcher though! Big move with Jake Galloway. They both get to the inside. Fletcher through to second. Big move on the restart. Trey Rainey for fifth on that. McDowell, the 22, wants that top five badly. How hard is he going to battle Trey Rainey for this fifth position? Pretty hard. He battles back. He clears the 51 on corner exit. Back here, Alex Fletcher though up in the second position for the 72 driver. Joe Jefferson kicked back to third, and the 31. He has Jake Galloway battling with him in the 11 car. Fenway's made no progress so far in the restart. Joe Jefferson fighting back on Alex Fletcher. Gets back to the outside to this corner. Fletcher clear in second. Jake Galloway pressuring Joe Jefferson. They look 3 wide for a second. 72 up the racetrack. Jake Galloway looking for 2 for 1. He gets to third with the 31 looking for second on Alex Fletcher as his teammate Lloyd leads the race. Galloway won earlier this season at North Wilkesboro, a track which is not going to return to the Gatorade Cup Series next season. Right now, Mosport is in the conversation not return to the Gatorade Cup Series next season. If Jake Galloway wins, will he have won at 2 racetracks that don't return in season 10? He's right now in third. He has to get by Alex Fletcher in this next lap, I have to think, to have a shot at his teammate Danny Lloyd to make it a JGR 1-2. Now he goes up the racetrack from third. Joe Jefferson to his back bumper, almost spinning him. 4 to go. Still, if a yellow were to come out, we would have a late restart. Joe Jefferson for third on Jake Galloway. They battle side by side, allows Fletcher to get away, get some breathing room to try and run Danny Lloyd down. Galloway trying to clear Joe Jefferson to keep third. The 11 to 31, fighting back. Not giving it up quite yet. Jefferson back to the inside. The 11 trying to get the run off the top side of these corners. That's close. No one gained the advantage right now. Now Joe Jefferson will have the preferred lane right here into this corner. Let's see what he does with it. Up the racetrack. At the front though, Lloyd gets through it nicely along with Fletcher. Joe Jefferson through to third. Galloway back to fourth. McDowell fifth. The battles for 6. Trey Rainey under attack from Mitchell Collins. But the 51 gets back up the corner well and clears the 14. Fenway's made no progress. Currently just mired back in 8th. 9th place, Steven Taylor. And how about Jay Jefferson up inside the top 10 for the driver of the 78 car. At the front of the field, 2 cars pull away. It's Danny Lloyd leading. Alex Fletcher second. Joe Jefferson is now back up to third, the 31, but he needs a caution flag right now. Because we are coming right now. Once they cross the start-finish line, here it is. 3 to go. Yellow flag would end the race under the caution flag. These drivers do not want to see that. Lloyd might want to see that, but no one else wants to. So, spread out the front of the field, especially the front 3. And it's Danny Lloyd, Alex Fletcher, Joe Jefferson just kind of in a world of their own right now. Fletcher sees that 19 maybe getting a little bit smaller. He wants to gain that ground back. There's battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th with 8th, 9th. Jay Jefferson gains a spot over Steven Taylor in the 33 car. So Jay Jefferson moves him up to 9th, the 78. At the front though, Danny Lloyd, Alex Fletcher. It might come down to these two. Fletcher aggressive into this corner right here. He overdrove a little bit. I think Danny Lloyd got a better corner exit there. Pulls the gap a little bit on the straightaway. For 5th, it's still not over. Trey Rainey is pressuring Adam McDowell. McDowell wants this top 5 more than anyone here today. And that 51 is pressuring. I don't think he's going to be able to get to the inside, but he is all over the back, showing the 22 that he is there. We saw Griffin Lynn passing Jeff Bright. That's for 13th on the racetrack. Lynn is just outside the top 20 points. And with Wyatt Walker's bad misfortunes throughout these last few races, and he might fall below the top 10 points. If Lincoln's inside top 20, I mean that wildcard spot, they might as well be sealed up because Walker's has to get one, and Griffin has 3 wins this season. 2 to go for Danny Lloyd. He used misfortunes to get by Roman Fenway, so 13 spun for the lead. But can he hold the pressure off from Alex Fletcher, who's trying to run him down for his first Gatorade Cup Series triumph right now in the 2nd position? Joe Jefferson in 3rd in case those front 2 somehow have some sort of altercation with Jake Galloway in 4th. The battle for 5th is still Adam McDowell and Trey Rainey. Both these drivers want this badly. Both have had some pretty bad seasons. Rainey has been a little bit better than Adam McDowell's, but 51 not letting that 22 get away for now. Let's see, how's Lloyd do? How's Fletcher do? Are they fair? Not, oh, yeah, that might be game over for anyone behind Danny Lloyd. That 70 was such a bad corner right there. Lost so much time to Lloyd. He gained so much that last lap. He just gave it all away right there in that one corner. And that might be it for anyone behind Danny Lloyd. Unless something happens on this final lap, I think this is Danny Lloyd's race to lose at this moment. But that was gotten away from Trey Rainey. We'll keep 5th for now. Back here the battle for 9th. Steven Taylor wants it back over Jay Jefferson. Right now for 12th. Good battle. Bo trying to fend off Griffin Lynn, who's come on late in this race. 7 car can get another few positions, try and get some more points, get up further in the point standings. Last lap for Danny Lloyd. It wouldn't be a dominating victory per se, but he's been top 5 all race long, and he has a hungry Alex Fletcher behind him as he took advantage of Roman Fenway's misfortunes. Fenway fell back to 8th after spinning from the lead, never recovered, and now the 13 car mired back there and had no way to get up through the field. Lloyd, Fletcher, Jefferson, Galloway, McDowell right now, what we presume to be the top 5 finishers at the end of the Tim Hortons 300. All comes down to this corner though. As long as Lloyd gets through this corner, he's good. If he messes up a lot, Fletcher might have a shot. Lloyd threw it nicely. Gets down to the bottom, and that might be it for anyone. And 19 off that corner well, pulls a gap. There's going to be a battle for 3rd though. Joe Jefferson under attack from Jake Galloway. Here comes the 11. Oh, who's it going to be for 3rd? We know the front 2 basically locked up at this point. It's going to be Danny Lloyd and Alex Fletcher that finish 1-2. The battle those for the 3rd position. Joe Jefferson, Jake Galloway, the 31 clear the 11 into the final 3 corners for the 31 and the 11. Off the final corner for Danny Lloyd. Advantage from Roman Fenway's misfortunes. Checkered flag in the air. Danny Lloyd wins in Canada. Fletcher, Joe Jefferson, Jake Galloway beat it, bang. The 31 gets it over the 11 at the stripe. That was close there. They almost wrecked coming to the start finish. And 31 did not want the 11 to pass for 3rd. That was a side-by-side run there, 3rd and 4th. But it's Danny Lloyd with the win here in Canada. As this may have been the final time the Gatorade Cup Series races here in Mosport. And if it is, Danny Lloyd's just won it here in Season 9. Let's go see the finishing results of the Tim Hortons 300. Here are the finishing results from the Tim Hortons 300 at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. 3 caution flags for 6 laps and only 1 lead change. 2 different drivers leading laps here today. One of them was Danny Lloyd from the 4th starting position, led the final 9 laps en route to a victory here in the Tim Hortons 300. Alex Fletcher tried but ends up 2nd place. Joe Jefferson, Jake Galloway beat and bang for 3rd and 4th. Jefferson gets the nod over Jake Galloway. And Ed McDowell's first top 10 and top 5 of the season comes here in race number 21. Trey Rainey a nice finish in 6th. Mitchell Collins 7th. Roman Fenway led the first 10 laps from the pole. Wheel hops it. Ends up finishing 8th. Tough break for the 13 after spinning from the lead. Jay Jefferson 9th. Steven Taylor rounding out the top 10. As you look at the top 20, great day for Jonathan Rains in 11th. Moves up to 3rd in the points standings, only 100 behind the points leader. Griffin Lynn a good day in 13th. Definitely good enough to try and gain him points on the top 20. Get inside the top 20. Use those 3 wins as a wild card. Carter Friesen, Levi Schoen, some names up there in the points. Riley Sampson as well, 26th. Samet Oskin musters a 29th place finish out today. Anthony has 34th. That's enough to keep the 48 in the point tape of the gap. Has shrunk just a little bit by a few points because Samet Oskin just a little bit higher. And then right here, some big names. TJ Hanley, 37th. Eli Bright, 35th. Carter Joey, 36th. All with wins, all in wildcard contention. And then Wyatt Walker, the 10 car, 41st. Falls outside of the top 10 points and is now into a wild card position because of his all-star win. How does that affect the points? Let's go see. 21 races are in the books in the Gatorade Cup Series Season number 9. Anthony Nez keeps the points lead, but it's down to 24 points now. Samet Oskin keeps 2nd, closing just a little bit. Jonathan Rains up to 3rd. Riley Sampson down to 4th, and Levi Schoen still inside the top 5. With Carter Friesen 6th, Danny Lloyd up to 7th with his first victory of the season. Roman Fenway, a good day. He's 8th, right where he finished the race. Tyler Fink 9th, and Marshall Burrow holds the final spot inside the top 10 the points. And how does this affect things? Well, Griffin Lynn is barely now inside the top 20 points, so he is right now in a wildcard spot with his 3 wins. The other one goes to Wyatt Walker, who's fallen to 13th in points because of his bad day, because of his all-star win, though he's in no matter what. If he were to have one, he's behind Hanley, Mitchell Collins, who are 11th and 12th with the win. You would think, hey, they get the nod for the wild card spot. However, the 10 is going to get no matter what. Wyatt Walker right now is automatically into the chase. He has just stolen a wild card spot for Mitchell Collins in the 14 car. Now, though, it is very close. The 37 Marshall Burrow is only 4 points ahead of Mitchell Collins, only 11 ahead of TJ Hanley, only 13 ahead of Wyatt Walker, only 15 ahead of Eli Bright, 20 ahead of Vince Vinta, 35 ahead of Derek Hamill, 43 ahead of Derek Bouchard, 44 ahead of Mathis Wells, 49 ahead of Sebastian Kukulon. So it's pretty close from about 10th to 19th in the points. Obviously, Hanley, Collins, Walker, and Bright can all point their way back inside the top 10 points. For Griffin Lynn right now, 20th in points. He is only 3 up on Anton Charles-Bois, and that's big there because the 96 has 2 victories. So, I mean, these drivers, they want everything they can get right now. The 96 is only 3 points behind. If he bumps his way in, he's a wild card spot. Car Joey 25th, Jake Galloway 26th, Steven Taylor 28th, all with wins. They need another one, most likely, to get themselves into a wildcard spot. Down here, Emmett Dell's first top 10 of the season, first top 5 of the season, moves up to 35th in the points. And down here, 2 Gatorade Cup Series champions, the bottom 2 in points. Max Anderson, Co-Luigi, 41st and 42nd in the point standings. A lot of champions in here. Jeff Bright, a champion, is 36th in the point standings. Griffin Lynn is 20th in the point standings. He's a past Gatorade Cup Series champion. I mean, these champions right now not faring too well this season. Obviously, Luigi has the win at Charlotte. Griffin Lynn with his 3 victories. But for Max Anderson, it's been a tough season for Cole. I mean, it's just a bad season right now for these drivers down here. They've not been able to rebound at all from bad races at the start of the season. Look ahead to race number 22, though. It's one of the crown jewel races of the Gatorade Cup Series. We go to Darlington for the Southern 500. I will see you guys then.